exercise, diet, and happiness. You know, if you dial those things in, man, you're gonna have a good life. We're programmed at such a young age just to think, you know, oh, there's always tomorrow, there's always tomorrow. But too many of us are just like, you know, I'll do that tomorrow, I'll do that next week, I'll do that next year, and next year never comes. Just see all that this beautiful country and world has to offer, because, you know, life's short, man. You're gonna wake up someday and go, where did the time go? Because he's like, you know, what do I have nothing to live for now. You know, my wife, all of our plans to travel once we retired, they're all out the window, and, you know, I'm not gonna just do it by myself. So he went back to trucking, and someone pulled out in front of him and he hit him with his 18-wheeler and killed the individual. Someone is beyond happy that we have hit the road. He likes the snow, but look at that guy. I'll go out there every 10-15 minutes and throw the old ball around for him, and then we got a camera out there so I can see what he's doing if he moves around, which is nice. But they're not supposed to drink out of that water in that reservoir, so I did hitch him up so he's not down there wandering around and drinking the water. And then he's pretty good. He's a good traveler. He loves to just sit out on BLM land and wander around and sit around the van, and look at him, just living his best life. And he thinks, you know, I hope he realizes if he was back home right now, no one would be sitting outside with him, and we wouldn't allow him outside because his paws would freeze. It's -20. It's like 45 degrees here, so he's just living his best life. Good boy. Not dirtying more dishes, so don't judge. Sometimes in a van, it's just easier to use paper plates. Not that we care if you do judge. I mean, we already live quite a unique lifestyle. Looks great, Rach. Thank you. We haven't had a big old breakfast since we've been on the road this trip, have we? Just kind of yogurt bowls at mid-afternoon. We kind of been doing just like 2 meals a day. A big dinner earlier at like 5 and a late lunch, right?
Or, yeah, whatever.
Breakfast, lunch, yeah. Lunch more, so it's usually been like mid-afternoon. Nummy nummy. What a beautiful day outside, and it's nice to just have this side door open. A lot of people are like, why don't you have windows in there? I couldn't live in there with windows. And for us, the big thing is when we're in like rest areas or stuff, we just like to come in here and forget that where we're at. But this sun just peeks right through and is heating up the cab. And someone doesn't know we're in here cooking bacon, or he would be pretty upset. He's just sunbathing. As we're sitting here enjoying this, we knew we were missing something. Our boy was missing out, so I was gonna give him a piece of my toast. So thoughtful, and Rachel's like, no, just give him a little piece of that bread. It's got some peanut butter on there too, his favorite. Hello. Good stuff. We had to run the generator because it's had the fuel in there. It's premium fuel, but it's been in there for like a month and a half. So we decided to run it. But I got this camera up here where I can watch him in its motion, which is nice. Or for people when we're camping in the middle of nowhere. But it's nice to kind of keep an eye on him and make sure no one's trying to run off with our dog, right? Mm-hmm. Ready, dude? You go for a little rip? Or are you taking the day off? You on vacation? How nice does it feel? Be honest, Zeke. Pretty nice, huh? Hey. Yeah, you're okay. Good boy. You having fun? He's like, duh. Let's see if I can kind of tilt this down so they can see you, huh? Who's a good boy? If I don't catch myself, I just hum. I sing and I hum. What a place. What a place. Come on. I love those moons. That's cool. It's pretty sweet. Zeke, come here. Come. Zeke, come. Good boy, come. Good boy. Good listener. Wow, I'm proud of you, dude. That's progress. I had to be a little stern, but usually he sees another dog and he's like, oh, we're at the dog park, man. Let's pick up the pace a little bit, Cujo. You got some energy in you. Put the burners on, boy. Come on. Let's go. Let's get a little exercise. Yeah. The things you find in the middle of the desert, huh? Weird. I don't know if someone bought this land or what. It's like a cat litter box, I think, and 4 kiddie pools, probably for water. Very interesting. And then that wind just rips stuff to bits. Just rips that stuff right off. It's just a little well, like water pool. It's crazy how dry this ground is. Huh, it's a well. Crazy. Wonder how much. Let's check on Regrid and see who owns this, hey? Be a beautiful view. Oh my goodness. Listen to me. Oh my goodness. Except for when they launch off missiles right over me air. It's the end of my ride, huh? We could camp right here. Doesn't say no camping. That'd be cool. Just look at the vastness out here. Like, it's so vast. It just goes and goes and it's flat. And all those mountains just way off in the distance. I just love it. Like, if you have never experienced the desert, go camp out in the desert. Like, it took me, I think I was 28. Sounds about right. We'll go with it. Without my fact checker, Rachel, who knows my life better than I do, and she came into the picture at 27, 28. I think it was 28 was the first time we camped out in the desert, and wow, what an experience. The stars, depending on where you're at, the coyotes at night just howling right as the sun goes down. Like, now I will say, I don't believe it would be my top choice when it's not winter. Reason being, extremely hot. More so, rattlesnakes, tarantulas, those scorpions, stuff like that. No thanks, not a huge fan. But wintertime, sign me up, sign us up. It's been 3 years of where we're doing this, so love it. Can't get enough of it. And the thing is, you know, we talked a lot about, do we buy a 5-acre parcel out west, like out in the desert? Would it be cool? Yes. But why? I mean, there's so much BLM land, national forest, free land that you really don't need to. And when we're gone, we wouldn't want to leave like anything of value just in the middle of nowhere, you know, hoping it's not so much the four-legged critters, it's the two-legged critters, humans, are gonna, you know, destroy it, vandalize it, steal it, whatever. So yeah, we go back and forth on that, and then we're like, why would we? Pacific Northwest? Sure, we'd buy land out there. Love the Pacific Northwest. We love everywhere in a roundabout way. We like Florida. Right around October, November, we usually do a month in Florida. We did last year, we did this year. Pacific Northwest, you know, when it's seasonally nice out there, we usually do a month and a half. Arizona, Utah, Colorado, we usually do 3-4 months. The Midwest, we like in spring and fall. So we're kind of booked up. We really don't even need to overthink it. Home sweet home. Just got our taxes back this year. Property taxes, $0. Huh? Explain that to me. $0? And next week, you know, or actually in the next day or two, we'll probably head 45 minutes up the road to our other property. And then after that, you know, another 2 hours down the road, and we'll head to our other property for a week. And then, you know, you see the cycle here. I'll show you the views for sure. But gonna be completely honest with you, you should do it too. So don't think I'm sitting here on a pedestal saying, oh, look at us, look at us. You should do it as well. God, what a life. What a beautiful, beautiful, I'd say country, but world. I mean, it's just, it's insane. Like, look at this. I think that's the thing, you know. I'm not poly in my relationship. I'm fine with just Rachel and I adore Rachel, and her and I get along very, very well. But as far as scenery and living in one place, I don't know if I could do it. It's like a buffet. I just need to taste test all these different places and switch it up. And when it's -20 back home in Wisconsin, we come here. We come here where it's nice. I remember one of the first times, not first times actually, it was probably within a year and a half of us doing van life. We were just pulled over on the side of the interstate, and all the cars were whipping by, and we were camping out there. We were probably there for 4 days, and I was just like, how wild is this? You know, like if you, back in the day when we'd travel, Rachel and I, and go to like just road trips, maybe I'd see vehicles out in the desert and stuff, but I never would have imagined this is what they were doing. So, let's see if this thing's even still recording, huh? Yes. Seriously, highly recommend it. It'd be one thing if I was sitting here just saying, yeah, only we can do it, you can't do it. Just even if it's a weekend thing, you know, get out there, download, I was gonna say Free Roam, that was an old one, but iOverlander, if you really want the dispersed free camping experience. Freecampsites.net is another one. We really don't use that too often. Campendium, I believe it's called, and The Dirt. Those are some apps you can use to pay for camping if you'd rather be on like someone's property or a campground. But just get out there, have a fire. I'd say listen to nature, but here, you know, there's planes and traffic and stuff, but it's still super peaceful. And just see all that this beautiful country and world has to offer, because, you know, life's short, man. You're gonna wake up someday and go, where did the time go? Rachel was a paralegal. She worked in a law office for 9 years. You know, car accidents and all that fun stuff. Not fun at all, but it's part of life. It happens. She'd have countless stories, you know, people that were like, there's this one gentleman in particular, I should just have her tell the story, but he's a semi-truck driver, and he was like a year away from retirement, and his wife passed away, and then he did retire or something like that, and then went back to trucking. because he's like, what do I have nothing to live for now. My wife, all of our plans to travel once we retired, they're all out the window, and I'm not going to just do it by myself. So he went back to trucking, and someone pulled out in front of him, and he hit him with his 18-wheeler and killed the individual. And he was found, not at fault. They pulled out in front of him, but he said that was his wife saying, quit, retire, go find someone, or just go do something. You don't need to work the rest of your life, even though I'm not there. So that was his outlook on the whole thing. But get out there and do it now. I think we're programmed at such a young age just to think, oh, there's always tomorrow, got to plan. And you should plan for the future. You should plan for retirement. You should be good with your finances. Make sure you have your checks and balances, for sure. I'm not saying just be completely negligent and YOLO. You only live once. But too many of us are just like, I'll do that tomorrow, I'll do that next week, I'll do that next year, and next year never comes. Or 20 years go by in the blink of an eye and you get busy, and by busy I mean sit on your smartphone and watch Netflix and be cooped up, sit at a bar. And to each their own. If those things are super fulfilling for you, and 30 years from now you're going to look back and say, I'm so glad that I did all those things and watched all those TV shows, and there's nothing wrong with that. You should do whatever makes you happy. But hopefully you don't get to the point to where you say, hey, I wish I would have did this, I wish I would have did a little more of that, I wish I would have spent more time with my significant other, I wish we would have lived within our means a little bit more, so we had financial freedom or the ability to do the things that we wanted to do. And this lifestyle would not be possible for Rachel and I if we still had rent and a mortgage. Sure, we could have subleased and rented out our places and stuff like that, but I mean, I wouldn't have been able to do the lifestyle because I had to sell my house in order to get the funds to do this. But you can always have another house. I'm not always going to be this age, and if kids come into the picture for us, other than this one, that makes things more difficult. We've met plenty of people in schoolies that are homeschooling their kids and going in and out of national parks, mostly from Canada, but also in the States. And it's like, how beautiful, man. So, not to say it's not possible if you have kids, it just makes it a little more difficult. And safety and, social environments for the kids and routine, all that stuff. I'd say education, but our public education systems here in the United States, I feel like year after year are just getting more interesting, to say the least. So anyways, yeah, I could just sit here and rant. I see a trend here and I love it. I love sharing my thoughts. I'm not saying this is the right answer, or that you have to follow my footsteps, but it's been a success for us. We got two people on e-bikes just flying around. Gotta get Rachel an e-bike, but I think I'll take her bike off later today. We brought her bike with this time. Last two trips we didn't bring her bike. I could pull around here and then you could have a view of the lake, huh? Silly me. So we'll go for a bike ride. I want to get her on her bike and have her start getting used to riding a little bit more, so when we're at some of these beautiful spots where it's not technical, she can at least get out and she can do a 15-20 mile ride. She's just sore after doing it. That's like anything in life, repetition and building up your leg muscles. And when I started biking, other than when I was younger, biking with friends and stuff, at 27 I got serious about mountain biking and road biking, and it was just crazy, the progression of it. 5 miles turned into 10 miles 15 to 30 to 50, and then I had a 100-mile ride last year, and that's crazy. That is insane. When I look at a map and I look at like where 100 miles is from like my hometown and stuff, I'm like, I biked that far. It was a whole day operation, and I was spent. You stop at gas stations and get just junk food to just put stuff in your into your stomach, energy bars and stuff like that. I don't really do, but yeah, so super important. Exercise, diet, and happiness. If you dial those things in, man, you're gonna have a good life. I mean, it's not all about overcomplicating the process. Look who we got on our bike.
Here I am.
It's been a while. When was the last time that you were on your bike? A while ago?
A while.
Beautiful. Well, Rachel and I found the Bat Hotel.
That's cute.
Something else, huh? All the way out here in the middle of the desert?
You think these are Carlsbad bats?
Probably. Who knows? Beautiful night stroll, evening stroll.
Early evening.
Early evening. So pretty out here with the sun going down.
Yeah, that cloud is so cute.
I know, right? Oh, that's so perfect.